Plaintiff Jean Johan is suing her former employers for unpaid wages. Jean says the defendants hired her to be a casting director for their hardcore porn videos, but then the defendants refused to pay for the work she performed. Defendants JR and Vicky Rodriguez say they're producers of a specific type of porn called the Ultimate Swingers Challenges. JR and Vicky say they don't owe the plaintiff because she didn't complete the work she was hired to do.
Jean Johan is suing her former employers for unpaid wages. How are you today, Jean?
I'm fine, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Why are you here today?
Well, Your Honor, I met JR when I was working as a cab driver.
What city is this in?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
And he asked me to pick him up when his meeting was over to return him to his hotel. And I said, absolutely. So I returned to pick him up and we were en route to the hotel and I chat with my passengers. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, why are you here? And I said, I'm a casting director.
You're a casting director?
Yes, ma'am. I am a casting director. Yes, okay. Ma'am. There's not a lot of work in Florida. And just like actors do what they have to do, casting directors do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So I was driving a cab and I mentioned I was a casting director. And JR goes, well, I am doing some video productions. And I'm like, really? And he's kind of flirting with me a little bit. And I'm thinking video production. And he continues on. I'm like, well, what kind of videos are you doing? He goes, well, it's hardcore porn. And, my wife and I are swingers and we're marketing it to the swinger market.
Are you guys swingers?
We have an open relationship, but, we're not necessarily swingers. We got into the lifestyle looking for recruiting people to this project that we're working on.
So you're swingers with an excuse. I've said before, I'm not judgmental.
Yeah. And neither am I. I've done a lot of casting, 15 years, never done anything of this nature, but I'm like, okay, well, I want to produce, I want to work. Okay. And so we get back to the hotel and JR pulls out this little handheld iPod or type of device that you can show video. And he wanted to show me an example of the test video that he had shot. And I'm like, okay. And we're in the cab, right? And, so I'm kind of leaning over looking and
are you showing her a video, JR?
I have it on my phone. I have a trailer of it. I wanted to show it to the producers in Jacksonville that I was meeting with. So I show it to people. Yeah, I do have it.
And so it was rather small, but I did note that the photography was excellent. And I mean, seriously, I'm expecting some handheld thing done at home, but the photography was excellent. I'm like, wow, this looks professional. And then I'm looking and going, oh my, this is very dirty, and this is the shots are very extreme, and the close-ups are.
What do you think pornography is?
Well, yes, but there are degrees of it, ma'am. Your Honor, there's hardcore, and there's various degrees of it. This was a little more extreme than what I expected, and I'll just.
Excuse me, can I?
Yeah, what do you want to say,
explain it? I'm an independent filmmaker. Okay, not necessarily a pornographer. I've been making movies for 14 years. Oh. I drive a cab. I own a taxi in Austin, Texas. 3 years ago, I got rear-ended by a drunk driver, and I came into a large settlement. Okay, mm-hmm. So I got about $20,000, and I decided to start a production company called Have a Nice Day Productions. And I had this idea for a niche for a reality porn, sort of like Fear Factor, where I would have three couples as teams, right? Where they would compete against each other in a sexual competition, where they have to complete 3 sexual challenges against the clock on a sex swing, where the object is to see which partner could make their partner climax in the quickest time. And I have a copy of the movie here if you want to see it. So the name of this production is called. I
have to see the evidence. Okay. It's important for the judge to know.
It's called Ultimate Swingers Challenge.
Oh, see, there's nothing here. See, for all you people, look, everybody has their clothes on.
You may want to flip the back.
Yeah, the back side.
It's a whole other issue.
Yeah, you might not want to flip the back.
It's different.
Oh, okay.
So, that one there is a pilot. They're all professionals there. And where I'm really going with this is I want a swinger couple to compete against 2 porn star couples. and to see like kind of like Joe against the pros, amateur against the professional. That's my niche. That's where I was going with this.
Where did you come up with these ideas?
Well, I'm a big fan of Fear Factor, and you see movies, but you see movies and stuff, and then the porn industry, they do a spin-off of it. So I figure when I see Fear Factor, I think of this idea for, hey, maybe I can get anyway. So I went to Jacksonville, and that's how I met Jeanine here. She was my cab driver.
Vicky, what do you think of all of this?
Well, I'm his wife, and I'm basically his partner in crime. So whatever.
Do you guys have kids?
Do we have children?
Yeah,
Yes,
they're all
we do.
grown. They're grown up. They're 20 and 19. So.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So when I met Jeanine, she told me that she was an agent, a talent agent, and she had done some productions and stuff.
Right.
So we kind of talked, and we really hit it off. She's a really nice person. She took care of me while I was out there. And so we exchanged numbers and emails, and we started talking, collaborating. And I agreed to pay her once we started making money from the website. We don't have any written agreement or anything. I agree. And I told her, I said...
Well, you agreed to pay her once you started making money. How much did you agree to pay her?
I agreed to pay her like $500 a week for administrative work. I was going to pay her a separate fee for doing production. She was going to be the producer of these series that I was going to do. And I was going to, down the line, offer her a percentage. So, but we never got to that point.
Yeah, I wouldn't take a project like this on a contingency basis, seeing as it was his first project. He had no track record. Basically, I began working for him and not getting paid.
But what's the agreement that you have with him?
The agreement was we began working, and after days turned into a week, I said, JR, I have to go get a job because he's not paying me. And this is
so you're not driving the cab anymore?
No. He tells, this is when he says, you need money? He goes, I want you to keep working for me. I'll pay you $500 a week. He goes, don't go get a job. I'll pay you.
That.
Okay. So you have this conversation the first night you guys meet?
No, ma'am.
It's thereafter you have other conversations.
Right after.
On the phone.
Correct.
Because he goes back to Texas?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're in Florida.
Right. And days, hours, all my time is being consumed trying to meet his goals, wanting to help him get.
And at the end of every day, do you communicate with him and tell him this is what I did today?
Yes, we communicated several times a day.
Not every day, but she started helping me, right?
How?
And she started helping me, just connections, just talking, brainstorming,
So she did some work.
helping me write some proposals. Yeah, she did work. As much as we could do, like, within phone calls, and it wasn't every day. It was, just whenever. But the agreement was that I was going to pay her like a salary and whatnot, contingent on us making money from the website. I thought it wasn't going to be much longer for us, or it wasn't going to take that long for us to get to that point. And it dragged out for months.
Why did it drag out for months?
Oh, because one thing after another, the web guy that she got, it took a long time to set up a merchant account.
But there's no question in your mind that she was working, right?
She was helping me.
She was helping you. And you were giving her money, not because you had a relationship with her and not because for any reason other than she was helping you.
She was helping me, yes.
Right. That's
Basically,
called working.
Yeah. Well, out of the kindness of his heart.
So,
did you make the movie?
Yeah, it's right there.
That's the movie.
That's the movie.
Have you
Between
made
the
any
movie, the
money off of
website.
that?
Huh?
Have you made any money off of
I
that?
have not. I have
Why?
not. I haven't, because I haven't. My plan was to get on the Bubba the Love Sponge show and promote it and get all this traffic to my site.
Did you get on the show?
I never. Yeah, well, I got on the show before I met Jeanine, and when I went on the show, my merchant account wasn't ready. I got 10,000 hits and couldn't capitalize. I took a really big blow there. So why
weren't you ready when you went on the show? What's the matter with you?
I'm learning this. This is new for me. This,
How
I'm
do you
learning
feel about the fact that you took $20,000 and invested it in an adult porn film and didn't make a dime?
A year now I've been struggling with this. Trust me, I regret it.
I am going to assume here that no one put anything in writing.
No.
That's correct.
Correct.
All right. You're suing him for $1,500.
Which was a considerably reduced rate for the amount of work I did. I did secure international distribution for him for his video, and he turned it down.
Why? Why would he turn it down?
her connection in LA, the guy who was doing the website, who took forever to do the website, she said that he has a deal ready for us, but I will have to pay the $1,500 first, what I owe her. So for me, I saw it like, this is
in other words, she wanted to be paid for this
yeah,
contract.
she's just trying to, tell me whatever for me to pay her again, another $1,500.
In order to recover, you have to prove that you fully performed under the contract.
I absolutely did.
I don't even know what the contract is. I don't think anybody in this courtroom knows what the contract is, other than you're going to help him and he's paying you money along the way. How much did he give you?
About $500 or $600.
I have
$1,070.
Oh, really? You
have
paid
deposit slips.
$1,070?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe you're wrong when you say $500-$600?
I called my bank to verify out-of-state deposits, and they could only confirm 2 of them.
Was she sending you invoices or you were just sending her money?
No, it's just trust. It's
What's
like,
the matter with you guys?
I wanted to help her. She was helping me.
But how did you know what to pay her?
Huh? Well, I gave her $500 because that's what she needed.
How many
That's what
weeks
she
did
needed so that she won't get evicted.
Right.
Then when she asked me for the $120, it was for something else. You know? And it's
but he
like,
did give you $500 and he did give you
He gave me the
$120?
$500 initially, and the bank confirmed 1 or 2 other deposits, but they couldn't find any other out-of-state deposits that went into my account.
With all due respect, the money that the $500 went to, it's the same account number as the other money went to.
Right.
That tells me that there's a lot more than you're admitting to.
Right.
All right. Which tells me right off the bat, it's the only concrete piece of evidence I have. You didn't represent to me how much money you made. And for someone who's hurting and who needs money, every dime that comes in would be recognized. I mean, everybody in this courtroom knows that. So you want $1,500. Do you think you owe her anything?
No.
Can you prove to me what you did for him?
Yes, ma'am. I've got budgets. I've got business
Where are they?
proposals. There's a number of them there.
A lot of paperwork.
It took hours and hours and hours of time
No, it didn't.
to do it.
No, it didn't.
No.
No, it didn't. As far as this court is concerned, the lawsuit by the plaintiff for additional monies is going to be dismissed. You haven't presented me with evidence which shows me that you've earned any more than what he has paid you for. And it should be a lesson in the future that you have to get something in writing. It's a question of proof. I can't award you anything for this case. So ordered. Thank you.